This podcast is sponsored by Relevant. It's a new iOS app to consolidate the media you want to see in a place you control. With Relevant, you stay up to date with things you're actually interested in. You tell Relevant what's relevant to you, and you'll be given all the content you love from all across the internet, all in one place. It's available on iOS devices and coming soon to Android. Be the first to know with Relevant.
What's up, everybody? It's the Poorly Edited Podcast coming at you live from the WXLV radio station on the El Tri-C campus.
Wait, what?
Well, you know, we thought the renovations were going to be happening, but it's actually a huge meme, and we got all of you. So you've been fooled for the last 4 weeks. We are being displaced. It's just taking longer.
I don't know. Are you convinced?
No, I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
When the walls start crumbling around us while we're shooting
Jericho.
the show. What? Don't do this to me right now.
You got it.
Don't do this to me right now. All right. Wait, I'm Chandler Davis.
My name is Coffee Guy.
My name's Patrick Lilly.
All right. We got Josh Brennan on the camera. We got Lizzie Cates also on the camera behind me. She's doing a different thing, and she's on her phone. I'm just kidding. And who are you guys?
Hi, we're the Review Dudes. I'm Chris.
And I'm ShNick. Hello.
Did I hear that right? Your name's ShNick?
Yeah, it's ShNick. Everyone calls me ShNick, and there's no good backstory to it.
There's no
Perfect.
backstory
Are
at
you
all.
sure?
Right.
I'm absolutely sure.
How did it start? You have to remember when it started.
Well, it was more so like a middle school thing, but you tell me how it started. I want you to tell me how it began.
I think somebody was maybe you had a friend who was like a New York gangster.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, he was talking you up, and you know, you're like a new recruit, you know, into the fold.
Yeah.
And he didn't really pronounce your name properly because of his accent.
Right. Everyone knows
You
New
know.
Yorkers tend to add SHs in front of the
Yeah,
ends.
exactly.
In front of all the ends.
It's a common thing to do.
Right.
Well, fun fact, actually, that's actually exactly how it happened. That was
That's the
You nailed
canon.
it.
that's the story.
I
That's how
thought
it
somebody
happened.
was just making fun of you.
No.
I thought it was just my head canon. But no.
Do you have your own Wikipedia page?
No, but we had
You
actually
know,
discussed.
That's something we've been working on for months.
Yeah.
is a
We've been-
Wikipedia page.
Have you gotten through to them yet?
No.
No.
Actually,
You can
we're
just
haven't
make a
even
wiki.
contacted
going to make our own wiki.
Yeah,
That's
you can
the
just
thing.
make one. You don't have
Is
to
that how
talk
it
to
works?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's an unreliable resource of information.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's
My
why
professor?
That explains all my college papers.
that explains all my D's. But so you guys are the Review Dudes, right?
We like to think that.
Yeah, we consider ourselves.
We're at least the
review
current
dudes.
Review Dudes. There were some before, but you know,
We saw
it's
that.
it's like Tim Allen's the Santa Claus,
Oh, right.
Wait,
but
you
we killed them.
Oh,
Yeah, we killed
They
them.
didn't fall off the roof. They're very dead.
Oh,
We,
like
we inherited their
premeditated.
products.
It works like that.
Inherited the product. How's the review scene been?
That's a good question, Pat. So we've been reviewing for a few years now. We've only recently started putting it on the internet.
that makes sense. Were you recording it the whole time?
What were you doing before that? What
Or
was
you
the
just-
format?
Often what we do before we put them on video form is we'd go in the middle of a community park and just scream what we thought about products.
And at some point, someone
We would just scream what we thought about products, and eventually the police asked us to stop doing that.
but they gave you a record deal.
They did. They got a major record deal through Interscope Records.
That's not all that different than what happened to us, actually.
Is
That's
it?
pretty cool, yeah.
Except with Atlantic, not Interscope. Except with
Okay.
Top Dog.
Top Dog.
No,
TDE.
Yeah, for sure. Us and Kendrick go way back.
I thought the SZA feature was a little gratuitous.
Well, you know.
But
Yeah, the last podcast, that was definitely our lowest point for guests, with SZA.
SZA.
But it's water under the bridge. It's not her fault.
okay.
Now, we've been watching a lot of your videos. We binged.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Pretty much all of them. This is weird talking to you guys because it's like talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just doing a show with us because we have the same responses when people say these things to
Yeah.
us.
Well, see, the thing is we've been watching your show for a while, and I've written down everything you guys said.
Is that true?
Everything.
Well, before I was involved, I stalked these guys for like 4 or 5 months.
Right.
So
Right. You know, actually, we did bring gifts. I'm afraid we don't have enough gifts to go around. actually.
Like
but,
GIFs?
like
No,
not GIFs like
Not
the moving
GIF,
pictures,
as in the GIF
or GIFs
acquisition.
like the moving pictures, but instead we've got pins. We've got
Whoa,
review
whoa,
dudes
whoa,
merchandise.
whoa.
You might
You
call
got
them buttons.
merch.
We do. We got merch. We got
I'm
this is
snagging
never
one.
before seen. We haven't
Yeah.
revealed
Really?
this.
Oh my
Any of our
god.
fans.
So for all the listeners,
Yeah.
These are for you guys.
Can you see these pins?
There are 3 different designs on these pins. You got one that just says review dudes.
now
You
this
got
one is you, right?
That one's
That
me.
one's him.
That's
It's
exciting.
featuring the classic hat that I've lost 3 times now.
Perfect.
Yeah, wait, where's
How
your
did you
hat?
lose
Wait,
it?
lost it.
do you keep buying new ones, or you
I keep
finding
buying
it?
the same hat. It's a little psychotic. You'd think by now I'd try a different hat.
Is it like that opening scene from The Prestige?
Oh.
I haven't seen.
I haven't seen The Prestige either.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I'll say yes, though.
I would-
I'll say yes,
I
it's
would-
exactly like that.
I would liken it to how SpongeBob has like 4 pairs of the same pair of pants
Okay.
in his wardrobe. It's like that, but
Okay.
I wish I had
Steve
more
Jobs
than
used
one.
to do that.
Did he?
Yeah, that's all the sweaters. That's all he used to wear.
Oh yeah.
What happened
That's
to
how
him?
he
yeah,
died.
That's how he died.
That's how he died.
Too
of
many
the same
sweaters.
Yeah. You have to diversify your wardrobe.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
not
they
good for the
teach you.
pancreas.
Otherwise, you'll die. If you wear the same thing over and over again.
So you said, I think before we started filming, you said that you used to wear suits to school when you were in
did.
high school. What was that like? Can you run us through that?
It was great because I got made fun of, but only a little bit. Like people would only make fun of me in the sense that they'd call me dad, and I'm not close enough to
Isn't
the
that a
mic.
compliment? I would, love being
I would
called
always
that.
think so, especially if they add like the DY at the end. But then it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that really impairs the studies.
Yeah.
I would say.
For sure. I used to be worse though. I used to wear like a Breaking Bad jacket. It was like a khaki golfing jacket. I'm glad I got rid of that.
We actually have we also got you a gift.
You did?
Which is actually quite relevant at this moment. So it's
Okay.
wrapped in newspaper for anybody listening.
Is it trash?
Literally world greatest dad mug.
Whoa. Are you for real? This is a fantastic mug.
Yeah.
That's a great mug.
I wish we could repay the favor, but we really can't.
You already
All we
have.
is pins.
So the
I'm
plan is
wearing
to
this
saw it in
pin.
half.
We're gonna
We each get a hat, right?
probably destroy this.
Well,
Good.
we
On
have
film,
great news
yeah.
for you.
We got you this Mr. Fix-It mug with the
it's-
handle broke, but
That's
I mean,
ironic. I like
That's
it.
great.
Can you fix
I
it?
figured, yeah, you could probably handle it because we
Yeah,
got you the mug.
Handle
I
it.
would handle it.
We could handle it
Yeah, I
for
can handle
sure.
it, just
Can you
like,
handle that?
yeah, like
Yeah, we kept the pieces in there for you.
Oh, that's nice.
You can figure it out,
See,
right?
like,
Hold
glue it
on.
together.
Here, hang on. Yeah,
Check
you
this
got
out.
it?
Check this out.
You got it? All right.
Oh, so you get like 2 months. Okay.
Yeah, and
It's all the way to the bottom of the second one.
that's what it did.
Yeah. For all the audio
Yeah, this is
listeners, that was a really good visual gag that the review dudes just did.
Very good visual gag. Not so much on the audio.
Just watch the video when it comes out.
we play that one back.
Now, we've been getting very familiar with your discography of videos, and
I call it a vidography.
well, all right. And I think as we were watching all your content, which was hilarious. I mean, we were laughing the entire time. It was a laugh riot. It was like we were holed up inside the chuckle bunker for the entire time. And then and so the more we're watching these, I think the more it kind of begged the question, like something we were really feel like one of the first things we want to get out of the way to ask you is just like I watch your videos, right? And I just think, on March 20th, the last white rhinoceros, male white rhinoceros died. And essentially their species is probably going to go extinct from this point on. I mean, there's only 2 females left in the world.
I mean,
So-
maybe like a Jurassic Park thing might happen, but it's unlikely.
Right. And that's what they might try to do, but it's highly doubtful. I don't know if the technology's there. So, I'm sitting here thinking and watching your videos and I'm like, how do you guys feel and what's going to happen when you have children and they're
don't
not
know.
going to be able to experience things like the white rhinoceros because of the poor decisions we've made as humans to pollute the earth and not take care of it and not worry enough about climate change and not try to
specifically
stop
the
this
white
process.
rhinoceros.
And specifically the white rinoceros.
Well, Jim, that's a great question, and I want to tackle it. I got 3 phases to this question.
Okay.
And more so the answer, not the question. So, first of all, we at the Review Dudes greatly cherish the white rhinoceros and the impact it's had
It's a beautiful animal.
but didn't
It
help.
really is.
on the African savannah. Second of all, poaching is an issue. And I don't mean just hunting things you shouldn't be.
Or
I mean,
eggs.
I mean eggs.
Eggs? Okay.
It's the worst way to prepare an egg.
Whoa, really?
It is. No, it is.
The
Of
worst.
all your egg preparation
You'd rather
techniques,
scramble an
I'd
egg
rather
than poach it.
crack the egg and drink it
Okay.
than poach it.
That's true. It's healthier.
That's a
Insert
bold
straw.
stance.
Have you ever tried that? Straw to egg?
Yeah. Well, that's how I usually do it
Oh yeah.
when I don't want to poach an egg.
What's phase 3?
Right. So phase 3, this is a bit of our bad. So the white rhinoceros, that one was on us. We hunted it to extinction. We're really sorry about that. We didn't try to, but like before our Patreon money was coming in, we needed income.
Right.
And they had lots of white rhinoceros, at least 5.
But hey, enjoy the buttons.
Enjoy those buttons.
Thank you.
Are they made out of ivory?
A little bit,
Maybe.
yeah, just maybe.
It's a prime button material.
Look, now you get to carry a bit of the white rhinoceros on top of your heart, so long as it's pinned there from now on.
Please keep it there.
Please keep it there. Yeah.
We need a promotion.
Well, the button's doing more for me than the rhinoceros was. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
One's more
You
useful.
ever
than the
wear a
other.
rhinoceros on your shirt?
couldn't.
Can you subscribe to a white rhinoceros?
You really can't.
You really
It'll
can.
kill me. It'll just kill me in
kill
cold
you.
blood.
Exactly.
Doesn't care. So, well, I thought that was just something that we felt really strongly about watching your videos.
Right.
And
It
it
really-
just
yeah.
really...
You could really see the lasting impact of the African white rhinoceros in our videos.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a big influence.
Big influence.
Big influence. Not just because they're big animals.
But that's definitely a reason.
It's part of the reason.
Also, all of the money we got from poaching them is
Part of
helped. It helped.
Does the Patreon help fund the extinction of many endangered species? Allegedly? That's what we heard.
I'm not going to say it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
No,
There might be some sort of NDA.
I was on the phone with my legal team, and they said, whatever you do, don't affiliate the Patreon with the hunting of endangered animals. So I'm not going to.
That's like their one catch.
But it might.
just can't
But
talk about it.
primarily, our Patreon supports the dollar store green screens we keep buying and destroying.
I was
How
gonna
does
say
that work?
How does
Yeah.
that work? That's a great question. So they have. I like your pins. By the way, good
Oh,
pins.
2 pins.
Where'd you get those from?
Where did you get those? I'd like to buy some.
Why do you
Is that
have
ivory?
2?
Is that rhinoceros ivory?
no, it's actually plastic.
Okay.
Okay.
Same thing.
I made these actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I had an idea for a YouTube channel I was kicking around,
Yeah.
so I'm like, why not start with the merch,
What's
right?
it called?
Yeah.
The Review Guys.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good name.
Right.
So about the dollar store green. So for a while, up until we bought a green screen, and since ShNick lost it,
What?
Well, hold on. How do you lose an entire green screen?
well, see,
That's the question on everyone's mind.
It was chromed out. No one could see it.
I actually hate you.
He actually did lose our green screen. But so since then and before that, we've been using. You could buy plastic table mats.
Tablecloths, I suppose.
You might call it a tablecloth, but it's made of plastic, and they're
table
green.
plastic.
It's a dark green, not very good for green screens. But if you light it up bright enough, it functions.
Well, it also is very reflective. So
Yeah. Also,
it's functional, but
it's
it's
$1
not recommended.
So
It's true.
it is $1. You can get 2, tape them together, and you get like a widescreen thing.
Is that what you recommend to any up and coming filmmakers such
Yeah,
as
bit of a-
Spielberg,
bit of a-
J.J. Abrams?
Bit of a pro tip: if you don't got money for a $30 Amazon green screen, drop $2 on some green tablecloths from the dollar store.
Or if you drop $30 on dollar store green screens, you could cover like an
You could-
entire house.
Oh yeah.
You could, yeah.
Or if you just
You could
drop,
hide your house from the government.
if you,
you
just
could.
drop
Chrome it out.
$30 on the ground,
You could do that.
You could chroma key out the dollar.
There you go.
they're like
You can
chroma
throw
keyed
away
out of
your
your
money.
wallet.
If you're getting $8 a month through Patreon, it might work out for you
In 1 year.
in 1 year.
Does that math check out, Pat?
Well, I guess 4 months.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Pat's been up
I've
for
been awake
30,
very long
32
time.
hours now because he was editing videos for us. He's editing a new pilot for us, and it's canceled already. So we showed we had a screening this morning at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I was late, and we screened all the new pilots that we shot, and everybody edited. We had like what 2 new,
I think
one
3,
new shows.
3, right? Josh,
Something like
you,
All of them
and
canceled.
Yeah. Well, no, just yours.
Oh.
Yeah, just yours.
Yeah, just
Josh's
yours.
was really good.
Josh
Yeah.
did a really good job. We like Josh also.
We do like
That was a
Josh.
huge
I think that's a
factor in our
key
decision.
difference.
Yeah. Even the review dudes, they also had a pilot that they showed me right
they did
before
great.
this show.
They did.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still better than yours. And it was just them screaming into a cup.
It was pretty bad. It was a good cup, though.
Well, it was. I'd say they're actually mugs.
Can you guys,
No,
can
didn't
you guys
have
tell
any
me
of
what it's like to sleep? I kind of forget.
No,
You close your eyes and then you just fast travel to a further point in time.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
That makes sense.
Gist of it.
Yeah.
But what if you install a no fast travel mod for better immersion?
Well, then you have spooky dreams.
Then you have
about the
Minecraft
skeleton
nightmares.
war. Yeah, then you have Minecraft nightmares.
Markiplier shows up.
Oh no.
Pre-beta, you have nightmares, and then you actually take damage during sleep, and it's not good.
Oh man, how are we doing on time, Pat?
Shout out to 0.8 Minecraft.
I feel like that warrants us going to a break. I don't even know if it's not even like really time yet, but I
Well-
don't know where to go from there. So yeah, we'll be right back. And we're back. Poorly edited podcast.
For now.
WXLV. 30 hours of being awake.
Just for you.
Oh no!
I got like 3 hours.
I thought that was a solidarity thing.
No.
I got a full 8 hours last night.
I slept pretty smoothly.
Now that I don't know what it's like. A
I meant
full
to
8
say
hours.
Oh, it's delicious. Almost as delicious as that hat.
I'm wearing a donut.
We had a close up on that hat.
Yeah, can we
Can you get a close up on that hat, audio
tight
listeners?
shot.
Can you see that donut on my hat,
Can we get
audio
a printout
listeners?
of that hat?
For all you listeners
just
at
want
home,
the hat?
we're
Can we 3D
describing.
print this hat and sell it?
I just want a photo of the hat so I can take it home.
Just put it on your wall.
Just put it on, yeah, like maybe kind of like multiple, enough to like kind of plaster a whole
Just like scribble out Chandler's
wall about
face.
that big. About
Right.
that big.
It's a pretty big wall.
What would you say the
Audio
dimensions on that wall are? What would you say the dimensions on that wall are?
I'd say probably about
12 by 8.
What a weird
Inches?
question to ask.
That's actually
them.
correct. He wins.
Inches.
inches. Okay.
Congratulations.
12
you
by
won.
8 inches. Now,
We're all very small.
you guys talked about the white rhinoceros, for example, being a main inspiration of your videos, but we were wondering, like, watching your breadth of work, I would, I was wondering, like, where you guys drew inspiration for such an absurd kind of anti-humor kind of show like you guys have put. Not even a show, because it's been such a tumultuous kind of roller coaster of different things you've gone into, different like territory you've dealt. You've done the iDubbbz unboxing, like you've done I really like the in between kind of episodes where like you died, for example, like you're dead right now.
Can you tell us what that was like dying?
Yeah.
Not fun, I'll tell you what. Not great, but the part of being dead isn't really what bothered me. It was the fact that I had to die in such an awful way.
We didn't see that though. That was never.
Yeah, it was so graphic we couldn't show it. We get taken down from YouTube.
Now, did you kill yourself off from the show, or was that like just ShNick's decision?
Did you like get together and you're like, we need to kill one of us off on the show?
We thought. Well, so here's the thing, right? You can only have a show going on for so long before you need to change something up. After 3 episodes, we were like, someone needs to die.
Yeah, episode 2, the friendship bracelets. That's when we said it's getting stale.
That's when our friendship started to deteriorate. And
And so
we decided something needs to change.
Let's shake up the box a bit.
And it's definitely someone being alive. And really, if you notice Product 4, it's actually a prequel. It takes place before the rest of the video.
Yeah. So we actually talked about it. We had a sit down meeting about just kind of the lore of Review Guys in preparation for this show. And that was
Review Guys is his show.
Yeah.
All right. Don't confuse us.
right. He's the one that started it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, no, never mind. Thank you for that, by the way.
Thank you
very much for letting us be part of the Review Guys branch.
Yeah, anytime.
We're in the network.
Yep. You're welcome. And we did catch that. Like we were talking back and forth, like theories and all kinds of stuff like that.
We were checking the forums.
Yeah, we have a big whiteboard at our office, and we were like
pretty active,
drawing the.
And then we got kicked out of that office because it's not actually ours.
And I was reading on the subreddit, like someone pointed out on the subreddit that like the whole thing is that you were actually hallucinating the events of the early episodes.
Well, yeah, that was a theory that was presented.
That's definitely a theory.
I don't know if you
that was a theory.
We don't like to confirm or deny fan theories out here as the review dudes. What we can say is answer your inspiration question, though. I think we've had a lot of big inspirations.
I totally forgot he asked that.
I was going to say, you're really like backtracking.
I'd like to bring it back. Okay, that was a good question, and I don't want to miss it.
All right.
We definitely have some inspiration. ShNick and I are big fans of Tim and Eric. Definitely pioneers in modern Dadaism. Neil C.C. Rega. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
Modern Dadaism.
So Dadaism is like a branch of absurdism. Took place in like your pre-modern, but like okay.
You're really not talking in the mic though.
Okay, so a classical Dadaist, you might call who's that guy with the clocks? You know?
The melting clocks. The melting clocks. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That guy was a Dadaist.
Okay, so that's us.
I don't remember his name. Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali.
Yes.
We're like
totally inspired by Salvador Dali, and you could tell because you can remember his name so well.
Yeah.
I really caught that.
Just inspired by that one painting. That
Yeah,
inspired
just
the whole
the one.
thing.
That one with the melting clocks.
Because I'm like, we should review things.
The Eric Andre show,
Dude, I called it.
big influence. Have you ever seen the show XRA?
No.
Xavier Renegade Angel.
It was great.
It is an incredible
Is that
show.
on Adult Swim as well?
It was.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
I remember hearing about it. I didn't see it. I didn't catch it very often.
It's bizarre.
It's good.
We've been watching like the Eric Andre show religiously for like the last month and a half. Just rewatch. I've seen all the episodes. We're just rewatching all of them because she had never seen it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. And then I was watching your show and I was like, I love this. I just love that kind of comedy.
We definitely also grasp a lot of humor from a lot of internet phenomenons.
Internet culture.
Internet culture, you know, your classic, your Filthy Franks, your iDubbbz, obviously big inspirations. A little bit of a deep cut. Anthony Fantano's The Meme Review. I don't know if you're familiar.
We were just talking about Anthony Fantano.
You were.
Yeah. No. You weren't there.
I was there.
Because we've been talking about like the Arctic Monkeys just came out with a new album. We've been talking a lot about like we were just talking about Fantano's review of that, which he gave it a 5. And we're like, whoa, dude, Fantano, dude, he's really going in on that.
He gave My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a 6 though, so he did.
It
doesn't matter what he thinks.
I really look, man. I dig Kanye's stuff.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it wasn't a 6.
Nice to meet you.
It was a 10.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a 9.5. I don't know about 10. Because if we're talking a Fantano 10, it was no To Pimp a Butterfly.
No, not at all. Now To Pimp a Butterfly. Now that's a Fantano 10. What is that rate on your review scale? The DPI scale?
The classic DPI,
Classic
right?
DPI.
So everyone knows DPI is your standard scale from 1 to 27.
How fast your mouse moves.
Yeah, it definitely has to do with that. Your dips per inch, if you will. And
I thought it was dudes per inch.
dudes per inch.
Dudes per inch.
It's got a few acronyms,
It
and
does.
they're all correct. But
Dudes peeing inside.
yeah, it's kind of like a GIF thing, except
it's
they're all
like-
right.
All of them are right.
And you can't pronounce it because, you know, it doesn't really have the syllable structure for that. But
You can say
the
pie.
DPI I would give To Pimp a Butterfly an S rank.
That's pretty good.
On a scale of 1 to 27, you're gonna give it an S, right?
S.
That's pretty good.
It's gonna get an
That's
S.
good.
I'm surprised it wasn't an S plus, honestly.
Well, nothing could be an S.
Now that's only if you collect all the rings.
It's
in,
only if
you know,
Kendrick
a lot of
Lamar
the
gets all the
part-time
red
for the
tokens,
course.
all the
Yeah.
red coins, and
You collect all the cherries in the maze before the ghosts get you, and then that's how you get the S rank
for sure,
for that level.
For sure.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
absolutely.
That's what I thought. I used to speedrun To Pimp a Butterfly, so I know that game pretty well.
What was
What's
your
your
best
best
time?
Oh my gosh, I was just about to ask.
1.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Just one unit.
Wait, was that
Just one unit.
One speed.
One speed
that,
run.
How many speeds were you at?
was that glitchless or was that
Glitchless, no death, no listen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he skipped for
Very hard.
free, which was a mistake.
That was my only red split, but I got gold on everything else, so it was fine. So for all the audio listeners, let's break down the last 2 minutes of that joke bit. Now, speed running is okay.
Like how it's only for the audio listeners. As the video listeners, they understand.
don't know.
Body
It's for the audio listeners. They really need.
They see the Crash Bandicoot tank top. They know what's up.
Yeah. Well, this is Crash's visage.
Yeah.
It's drawn in
Where
crayon.
did you get that?
Well, okay. So I watch a lot of I'm a consumer of media consumers, if you would.
All right.
Okay.
I watch a lot of like review channels and stuff. One of them is, I think her name is Jenny Nicholson. She did a review on Ready Player One.
Oh.
And she brings up the point about like how there are like blacksmiths and stuff in the world. So like, why can't you just learn coding and then basically just like make a shirt that just has like Crash Bandicoot on it because it needs a video game reference and just have to say like impervious to damage and you have like max stats. So she ended up ironically making this on Redbubble. And I bought it.
That's really funny.
So basically, if you want to pick a fight, you will lose.
Well, that was my plan after this show, but I have second thoughts.
All right.
I would like to pit you against our Josh Brennan.
Okay.
You know that part of Avengers where that one guy says, we have the Hulk?
Yeah.
It's like that,
Yes.
except it's Josh Brennan.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, see, I have Crash's visage, so Oh, he's gone. Oh yeah. See, you better run.
Now, what happens if now we don't have
That's
a
not even an
cameraman.
exit.
He just went into a closet.
Yeah.
Now,
Very nice.
what happens if Crash gets one of the voodoo masks?
What you mean?
How
You mean
powerful-
Aku?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Crash's visage exists in real life. Aku is not real. Okay.
What if he gets Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask, at that point, you become an unstoppable force, and...
What if you meet an immovable object, though?
Can you read the shirt? Can you read the shirt from here?
Audio listeners, can you read the shirt?
Can you read the shirt?
Impervious.
Here,
He's impervious
Chris, can you read the shirt for me?
It says impervious to damage, audio listeners.
Does that come in Braille? Does that shirt come in Braille?
Maybe.
yet.
Not yet.
They
For
really
the
gotta
audio
work on that,
listeners.
though.
For the audio.
We got a big
Doesn't
bump,
come in.
little bump,
Little pump? Now,
low pump.
A bit of a little pump.
now, you guys, for all intents and purposes, I would say, if I had to guess, you took a lot of time to edit those videos. Like, you take a lot of time editing those videos.
One
To
would
make
say
them so well,
too much
badly
time.
edited.
A little bit too much time. I think that
hurts.
actually the longest portion of it is actually the GIF acquisition
the GIF acquisition takes some time.
for our wacky and 90s-esque backgrounds.
Yeah,
the GIF
just finding the
acquisition.
backgrounds for the green screens. It takes a lot of time, and we're often unhappy with them.
It's usually a 72-hour straight operation.
Something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how does that work? Do you have like a robot that
Amphetamines.
like finds them for you, or how do you get all those gifts so quick, so GIFed?
In a sense, we do have a robot. What we do is we kind of take some aluminum foil and we wrap ourselves up in it, and
And
then
we pretend to be robots.
We pretend to be
search
robots.
for GIFs on
And
Google Images.
we
that's
both take an
funny.
arm and it juts out of the aluminum foil. One's manning the mouse and the other one's manning the keyboard.
That's funny because Chandler just started watching Westworld season 1.
I did. So don't spoil season
Yeah, it's kind of
2.
like Westworld.
It's kind of like Westworld.
It's exactly
'Cause,
like that,
What,
actually.
what does it even mean to be human?
Right.
Just to be a human wrapped in aluminum foil. Am I still human?
Yeah.
What am I? Please help.
Are you really alive if you're looking for GIFs? Now, I think the backgrounds are the most funny part. No offense. I think it's the most funny part of your show.
I think a lot of the humor
if you
does come from the editing. This is
right. If you could just have a show like that, like why don't you try that?
Just
backgrounds?
GIFs.
It's just like a slideshow of different GIFs set to like miscellaneous music.
I like that. We should
like
definitely
it.
look into doing a content-free episode.
Now, wouldn't it be the foreground at that point?
It would
Doesn't that really
it'd be the
transcend
only
the
ground.
definition of background?
But then it would just depend on how you layer the GIFs on the green
what if
screen.
We put ourselves behind the GIF layers, and occasionally
Recently,
we pop out of the sides.
Recently, we've been a little disingenuous with everyone. We haven't been using GIFs recently. We've been
Right.
using MP4s.
Ooh.
I don't know if you ever used Sony Vegas. Have you ever had the displeasure?
yes.
Yeah, GIFs
That's
crash
what I
Sony
edit most.
Vegas.
Yes,
It's
they do.
terrible.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't work out. You got to use MP4s, and then we kind of loop them. But sometimes what we do is we'll play it, and then we'll play it in reverse, and then loop that kind of whole thing. Yeah, it's awful.
See, I'm a film major, and I still use Sony Vegas too much.
Yeah,
Like, I have access to Premiere Pro.
you don't use it. And you're just used to Vegas.
Yeah, I just suffered for so long on Vegas that it's like
It's like a Stockholm syndrome.
If you
right,
stop,
right,
if you stop now, then the past was just meaningless. All that
Right,
suffering was
exactly.
for nothing.
Yeah, and now I can do things faster in Vegas than I could in Premiere that are very hard. So I'm okay. Have you always been using Vegas? Do you start with Movie Maker? Do you use like?
Well, back in middle school when I had a gaming channel, I used Movie Maker.
I mean, who didn't?
But I quickly learned to use Vegas. I got it for $20 in the Humble Bundle.
Nice.
And it's a good investment.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's not Sony Vegas anymore. It's just Vegas.
It
Is it?
Acquired by Magix.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm using an old version then.
Yeah, well,
So
'cause
the
we're
next-
still using the Sony-owned one.
Yeah.
What?
11. So
Oh, you're on 11.
something like that.
I started out on 9.
On 9, yeah.
9 HD.
Classic.
It was
I believe
not
my first
HD.
was 10.
No, not even a little bit.
No, nothing looked HD coming out of that. Now, in terms of man hours editing, I mean, so you said the GIFs take the longest, and do you guys like sit down together and edit those videos, or just one of you guys the editors? Like,
Yeah, no, we sit together and we take shifts.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Well, we have a kind of system. There's my computer chair. That's
Okay.
the main editing. That's the main dude who's editing at the moment. And then I have a coffee table,
Which we
that-
call the
editing chair.
Even though if you're sitting on the coffee table, you can't do any editing. So
Good.
it's
You're
not
kind
a
of
good
like
name.
the peanut gallery at that
That's-
point. You're
that's
throwing
all
out
you do.
suggestions, a little bit of backseat driving.
You sit behind Schnick's shoulder and you go, cut that there. No, we need more explosions.
Occasionally, like there'll be a tap on the shoulder. Occasionally, there'll be a little bit like a tap on the shoulder, and we'll be like, "Oh, swap out,"
Yeah.
and then
Kinda
we swap
tap
out.
Right.
So that
Like
way, you know,
luchadors.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Like tag team.
that makes sense. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Has the
For
computer
everyone.
ever
Luchador
won the
style.
match?
Is that
though?
how we do it, Chandler? Is that how we edit the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. Every time I'm on ShNick's computer and he's on after me, he gets furious because I always fiddle with the DPI. That being dips per inch.
But so how does that affect the review then? If you're messing with the DPI?
Well, he's talking about mouse.
I was just talking about his mouse.
Yeah, my mouse, because I like it very
He's
not
a very low
sensitive.
DPI guy.
Now wait a
I'm
second.
very low
Wait,
DPI.
I'm a very
You're
high
saying that
DPI guy.
DPI has two meanings.
It does.
It does. See,
it has a
it could mean dudes per inch,
Okay.
which is the computer term,
Right.
and dips per inch, which is our term.
Right.
We patented that to mean, whatever it means.
Whatever you want it to mean for
Whenever
that
we need it.
situation.
Yeah.
But you also got
Right.
The
doctors.
patent
pals, and
office wasn't
iguanas.
too happy with it, but we figured it
I have
out.
a follow-up question. How do you hit your flicks as sniper in TF2 with low DPI on your mouse?
That's a great question.
I don't play sniper.
That's the wrong answer.
I
I'm
only
sorry.
play
No.
Huntsman. So
play
I
the
don't have
Huntsman?
to aim. I don't
Alright,
have to aim.
that's fair
It's
enough.
just, they just go straight to the head. It's great.
Great.
Actually, yeah, I got a strange Huntsman. I bought it off the market. It's named Artemis, in case you're wondering.
That's a good name. I'm always a fan of Greek mythology references.
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
I had a fish, a snail, and a frog. The frog was named Artemis. The fish was named Barnabas, and the snail was named Odysseus.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For the longest time, you considered yourself a snail breeder, didn't
Yeah,
you?
well, I also had a snail named Gervasius, which was long for Gary, which was a bit of a reference and a half
To Ricky Gervais.
to Ricky Gervais,
right.
big influence to the snail world.
Of course.
Can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
I know this is your show and you ask the questions.
No, go.
But
Please,
turn the
please.
tables on us.
Feel
You're the
free.
first one ever.
yeah, what's up with the bell?
The bell is for, luckily, it hasn't happened yet, but the bell is for when someone makes a joke so bad that we have to call visual and audio attention to it by, I'm not going to do it because it takes away
Right,
from.
there hasn't been a joke
Yeah,
that's
right.
bad.
I'm sure Pat can tell us a bad joke.
I got a bad joke for you guys.
Go for it.
All right. It's going to take a little bit of build up, so let's get comfortable.
Way to go.
Let's get comfortable. So, first thing with this joke is we have to accept that we live in a world where strings are sentient beings, okay?
Okay.
We've accepted that.
I'm on board.
So let's move on from that.
I'm afraid not.
I've already done that.
This piece of string walks into a bar.
I'm afraid
okay?
not.
I disagree with that logic.
We're done. My joke's been soiled.
That was a good
He already
try.
said the punchline.
Can you
and
finish it?
No, it's too late. He said the punchline, and
did.
I've lost all will.
What was
to
the
go on.
punchline?
I'm afraid not.
See, without a context, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
I'm
But
confused.
just know that was the punchline.
I'm in the dark.
And it's soiled now.
You got the first line, you got the last line. You can fill in the middle.
Yeah, just know,
You know
it's-
That's all you need.
It's like a choose your own adventure book, except
Yeah,
the ending's
except-
chosen for you.
Wait, say the punchline again.
I'm afraid not. There it
I
is.
like how the bell didn't work.
It's never been used.
Like
so they-
everything else on this show, it doesn't work the way it's supposed to, including the people.
All right, we're
That's true.
gonna go to a break real quick.
Good. I'm glad.
We'll be right back.
Or not. Let 'em.
And we're back. So soap shoes.
soap shoes. You don't know which soap shoes are?
No.
Well, I don't know if we
I'm
could
afraid
pull
not.
up. Yeah, if we got a graphic department that could pull up some pictures of soap shoes. Maybe.
Audio listeners, are you getting this?
But it was like a sick trend in the 90s of like these shoes that had like a smooth plastic thing in the middle of them, so you could jump up on like rails and slide down them. They were called soap shoes, and they called themselves soapers, and it was sick.
I can
Was it?
confirm they are sick. I looked up some images.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go buy a pair.
you
Can
should.
you get a number crunch on that?
Number code? Was that in the budget?
Shopping.
Is that the podcast budget?
$130.
$100. They don't make it anymore.
$130 for a 2-star men's
Two-star.
grinder training. What?
Is that just for one or for both?
Do you get both
Picture
shoes?
only shows one.
Just one shoe.
I mean, you only really need one to grind.
I guess.
That one grinding shoe.
It's true.
So review dudes.
Yeah.
What's next for review dudes? Fact or fiction? I mean, what can you break down your process of what's next
What's next?
in the life?
So what we
of
can
Junior
tell
Billy?
you is that the season is coming to a close soon.
Really?
Season
Not the
one-
series, though.
Not the series.
Just the season.
But the season. It's gonna be off for the summer. So we're planning a pretty spectacular season finale. Just to let everyone know, it's coming. It's not gonna be the next video.
Well, the next video is going to be real good, though.
Next video is good.
It's a good
I can't say much about that one though. Just know it's gonna be good.
Anything else?
I'm excited.
If you say so, man.
So you guys aren't filming in the summer. Why? Are you guys busy? What do you guys do?
Well,
Who are you?
see, what am I is the
You
question.
said, who are you, not what are you?
That too. Oh, we're gonna be. Well, not me. I'm gonna be in Jersey this summer working an IT job. So
Nice.
it's not gonna be available for videos too much.
What about you? What do you do?
Oh, for me, I am working in retail.
Nice.
No, it's not. It's really
I know,
not.
I work in retail.
It's terrible.
We all work in retail. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you?
yeah.
It's awful.
We all float down here.
So you, oh no, there you go.
I like what 4 hits until it works.
It's a game.
I think it's all in the technique. You got to be quick about it, I think.
Now you got to use
Hey,
one
I'm
finger.
usually good at this.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh.
That was it.
Oh, dude, we need to renovate this bell.
Well,
There we go.
Isn't the budget? You got a bell budget?
No,
No.
No.
maybe you can pull from the soap shoe budget.
we just have a cry budget.
That's
How
non-negotiable.
much we cry.
It's not negotiable.
So you guys aren't filming this summer. You? I know you guys went to LTRC.
We still do.
Yep, we still do.
Oh wait, you're still going to LTRC?
Yep.
Huh. So what are you guys majoring in?
I'm a comp sci major.
I'm sorry.
I want to die.
I wasn't.
But I'll die employed, I'll tell you what.
Is that a shot?
No, it is.
I mean,
See,
you guys film majors?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Well,
But
us two. Us two aren't. He just has no major. He's just general studies, which is even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like he has an even worse time. Josh is a film major. She is a film major. The three of us are like graduating after this summer.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you guys are. Yeah, whatever.
ShNick, what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in computer network and security.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yep, it's a fun program.
Sounds
here.
like you guys are going to be employed.
That must be nice. I studied programming in high school. I went to trade school in high school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I got to college in my first semester, and within the first week, I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life." Like
a little monotonous.
doing programming. I mean, I liked it, but not enough. And so I was like, I guess I'll change to something I actually want to do.
Well, Chris, you did some programming, right? A bit of actual game design, right?
I did. I
what I
did.
did.
Did you?
Yeah,
I've done.
That's
I've
all
done,
I was interested in, really.
I've done. I could proudly say I've made a third of a video game.
That's a solid third.
It's still in the works. It hasn't been published yet. It's called Stump's Quest.
Okay.
Where you play as Stump.
Can I pre-order that now?
We'll talk about it after
Okay.
when we're off air. But
we don't have any images of Stump on us.
we
do
don't have any pictures of Stump, and you surely can't Google image search Stump and get an answer. But
Unfortunately, you can't.
Are Stump and ShNick related?
No, Stump is actually more so
No.
modeled after you, right?
it's definitely got more of a me model. Actually, specifically, that's Clump you're thinking of.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking of Clump.
Yeah. See, ShNick does have a Stump is but a species.
If you have pen and paper, I can quick.
ShNick,
I
While they're
I got a
talking.
pen. I got a pen.
Pen?
All right, here you go.
All right, here's paper, here's pen. You keep
Can you
talking.
drop this down, audio
Right.
listeners?
So a Stump is one of the it's like a Smurf in the sense that it's its own fictional being, and we modeled various Stumps after various people. ShNick's Stump was named Speed Bump,
That's good.
and if you notice, there's a trend with a bit of an ump. Yeah, he's really banging this out because it doesn't take more than 5 seconds to draw this fella. It's coming along good.
What genre is this game?
It was a bit of a platforming adventure, but also not, because every time you spoke to a new character, they'd give you a different mini game. Like, for instance, if you talk to my character, or I think it was ShNick's character, you play a game where you shoot a bunch of my characters to death.
A little bit like a WarioWare vibe in that sense.
Kind of a WarioWare.
I remember that from WarioWare.
Yeah, where you shoot Wario to death.
Yeah, this is what a clump looks like.
Yeah,
It looks like
in a sense.
someone's head with legs.
That's actually it. That's,
terrifying.
That's perfect.
The
That's
initial,
nightmares. Big
concept
nose.
art was something I drew. It looked more like Stu Pickles' head with legs.
You tried to draw yourself, I think, right?
Yeah,
and
but
it ended up just looking like Stu
Are you
Pickles.
saying you look like Stu Pickle?
I'm not saying I don't look like Stu Pickles, that's for sure.
It's an honor to look like Stu Pickles.
I'm not saying I don't invent children's toys in my basement.
Oh, I'm sorry, I left your pen on there.
You did. You
I
did
did.
leave my pen on there.
Is that why you have ink all over you? Because you just have all those pens that
I
leak in your
do. I
pocket?
have a fountain pen thing. I do. I collect fountain pens.
That's
It's kind of weird. But look, they're fun. Look at this pen, right? You know,
Hey,
this
man, as long
pen,
as you don't do it around me.
this pen was from 1938.
It looks like
This
it.
pen's older than my grandmother, and she's dead.
Yeah, ain't we all?
Up top.
All right, so what did you code it in? What did you code that game?
Oh, this is what you code
Yeah,
in. You're gonna ask me what I coated this pen in.
yeah.
Because I use a clear polish, in case you're wondering.
Ink.
I use a bit of a
You find the
varnish.
clear polish protects the pen enough?
I do. It also brings out a shine. I actually use a clear shoe polish.
How much nail polish do you put on your fingers?
Not enough. Not enough. But I was coding Stump's Quest, and get this.
Don't do this.
It was visual coding. It was
Visual Basic?
No. It was called Fusion. You ever use Fusion? You ever use ClickTeam Fusion?
That sounds like one step away from coding it in
Scratch.
Scratch is what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was similar to Scratch.
That's awful.
It was pretty bad. It looked like it too. Like
you could tell.
You ever used Game Maker?
Yes.
It was worse than that.
Game Maker. Well, Undertale is made in Game Maker entirely.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about good games.
I think the fight after the podcast is back on.
It's back on.
Yeah. Are you saying Undertale's
He's
a bad
repping
game?
Sans. I think Undertale got more exposure than it deserved.
I think you're wrong.
I think it got too much exposure to the point where it harmed the game's image.
I think it got a little bit oversaturated
For sure.
with the fan base.
The fan base went nuts. I mean, you said that about a lot of games, though. So
I personally think that you're upset that it stole the thunder from Stump.
Stump's Quest. A little bit. They definitely stole some ideas I had.
Right.
Is that why you stopped making Stump's Quest?
The profit was gone.
You saw Undertale.
There isn't going to be an Undertale 2.
Well, the thing is, I think there would be too many similarities.
There would be.
To where there would be a copyright issue.
It would be.
Even though you had the idea first.
It's like Paladins and Overwatch. How, Paladins was the first one to come out, and
Was
clearly
it?
Overwatch stole
Well,
from
see,
it.
TF2 was the first to come out.
Yeah,
but
no.
we're not going to get into that.
Minecraft is actually the first one to come out.
My
and they all
first video game of all time, Minecraft, came out, and then
You can tell by the graphics.
you could tell when they made Minecraft Hunger Games. That's when Fortnite pounced on that.
Oh, yeah. I love Epic Games.
Epic Games who made Minecraft.
Yes.
Epic Games, developer of Minecraft and Stump's Quest.
Now,
Yeah.
you used to work for Epic Games. That's how you got your knowledge to build Stump's Quest.
I did back when I made ClickTeam Fusion.
He actually worked directly underneath Mr. Epic himself.
I worked for the guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dr. Epic?
Yeah,
Dr. Epic.
He had a PhD in epicology.
Creator of
right?
Five Nights at Freddy's, Dr. Epic. He and I go way back. Funny fact, ClickTeam Fusion was also used to make Five Nights at Freddy's.
Really?
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. Now, do you follow all the lore of Five Nights at
No,
Freddy's?
I don't care.
Is the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, does that influence, or maybe even vice versa, maybe your lore for review team involves the
review
that
fellows.
influences Five Nights
Is
at
there any
Freddy's lore? Is there a connection?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you see, back when I was writing for Five Nights at Freddy's,
The dialogue.
I
in that
wrote
game,
Five Nights at Freddy's. Is what I'm trying to say.
The
So,
dialogue in that game really captured me.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, like, rah! I remember that
Yeah.
line very
Everyone-
well.
And when the thing
really
jumped
like
out of
the
the van
part-
and was like boo, and then
Yeah.
I got scared.
I like the
said
part
that.
where Freddy Fazbear goes, ah!
Yeah.
It really moved me. It was a
Now,
good line.
Believe it or not, that was actually Pat's dad that voiced
Was
that
it?
line.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Pat, your dad has some great chords. Got some good pipes.
Of the vocal variety.
Those ones.
Yeah.
Those kind of cool. Those kind of pipes.
Well known fact, he's actually a bear.
That's interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
So is my dad, but we're not going to get into that on the air.
Could we be brothers?
No,
Review
that's not that
brothers?
kind of bear.
Review brothers.
Review brother.
Hi, we're the Review Bros. Thanks for tuning in.
We're here to review the DNA that runs through our veins.
We're gonna copyright the term review.
All right.
All right.
All right, we're going to pull Fine Brothers.
Yeah. Now the Wright brothers, on the other hand, they had the right idea.
Yeah, they weren't the first to do heavier than air flight.
Who?
The Wright brothers. They were
did?
just the first to get it on camera.
Dr. Epic?
Dr.
Dr.
Epic,
Epic.
creator of the modern airplane and Fortnite.
He's actually developing a real life battle bus.
He really is.
I've never had such a great time appealing to no listeners before.
No one is watching this, I can tell you that. They were like, the review dudes, no thank you.
No, thank you.
Now, could you in terms of projects like, as you said, Fortnite, Dr. Epic, the review team, how do you rate those? And yes or no?
Okay, so let's break this one down. All right.
We also have some things. If you could, I don't really know what your process is
should-
for reviewing
If
things.
we're gonna do that, we should jump to a break quick.
Okay, because this is a lengthy.
So, yeah,
I was gonna bust out a bit of a flow chart, but I guess we'll do that
you
later.
can-
Well, you can craft it.
Craft the flow chart over the break.
Build the crafting table and then get all the materials and then craft
yeah, you
it.
get the wood around. Yeah, okay. We'll be right back.
All right, you messed up.
You went to PAX East?
I did go to PAX.
There's so much real content we could have talked about.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Poorly edited podcast.
Now that
Review
would-
dudes.
That was a really good story that they just told us.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really retell
No
that. It won't
content on this
capture-
podcast.
It won't
Yeah.
capture the magic of it.
You had
so
to
we're
be
just
there.
gonna- yeah.
Kind of. So, anyway, back to the flow chart. How do you rate this flow chart?
Right. Well, this flow chart right now is looking pretty great. So if you notice, we've got Dr. Epic, creator of the modern airplane in Fortnite, definitely is an inspiration to reviewing and also Stump's Quest, which is all because of the white rhinoceros. That's
So it's
about,
really- it's
that's
all
about all
connected.
we've got. It all comes together. It's like a web.
This is the big four, as they say.
The big,
Big
yeah,
four.
big
Four.
Yeah, the big four. Dr. Epic reviewing Stump's Quest and the white rhinoceros,
Yeah.
which is
Extinct.
now extinct.
So speaking of reviewing, we
I don't know what your process is. We don't want to kind of cheapen,
Okay.
your process of reviewing. And
Can't
kind
get
of
much cheaper.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the headspace that I'm sure you guys have to get it. I'm sure there's a lot of preparation, like confining yourselves,
Right.
And just kind of creating this incubator for a review in when you're in preparation for one. So I don't want to really cheapen that process or kind of rush you. But we do have some products that we don't really have the know-how or the expertise or the cheese to review
Or
ourselves.
the expert cheats.
And so
or the ultra.
and so we thought maybe you could review for us, kind of, we could live vicariously, review vicariously through you.
We'd love to.
So
course.
our first product is the Ninja Blow Dart Shooter.
oh,
Now you can take this, you can feel
I
it,
see this?
you can look
yeah,
at
oh,
it,
yeah.
you
Can we
can
open
listen
it?
to it.
Yeah,
You can
actually-
open
Crack it open a bit?
Yeah.
I guess we can't return it anymore. But
Make sure you do it right in the mic.
That's it.
yeah. For all you audio listeners at home,
That's peaking hard.
we've got a blow dart thing. It's got little like Nerf darts, but it's not Nerf branded.
Okay.
We allowed to shoot it?
All right.
Hit us up with that sponsorship money though, Nerf. Let us know.
Nerf or nothing, as you know.
Yeah, that's pretty
That
sick.
flies.
That's pretty.
Well,
Well,
let me
give it a shot,
that
Schnick.
flies.
No pun intended.
I don't know why you keep shooting it up.
Shoot it.
Where am I shooting this? Where should I shoot it?
Oh, shoot it in my face.
All right.
No, that was pretty gnarly.
That was pretty gnarly.
Now that was a
That
little
was
too
good.
extreme.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, let's talk about it. What's up?
They're not whispering
They're
in each other's
conspiring.
ears.
more of like a 7.6.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
so-
we're gonna finalize our answer.
Yeah.
7.6.
Oh, I was hoping this was gonna be a bit of a harder
No.
plastic.
Yeah,
it's
it's
actually
not.
very resilient, very
Yeah,
well crafted.
So I think
and,
it's actually a little bit
that cost
impervious
us
to damage.
$40.
Oh, well.
Did it?
That's
Good thing you had a budget for that.
7.6 out of 27, right? That's how it
No.
works?
It's a bit
No.
disrespectful. That's on.
Come on now. Are you following?
No, I haven't been paying
This is why we let you guys do it. This is why we leave it to the professionals.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Like, he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it like that.
Right. I hope he didn't.
Okay.
You guys ready for the next product?
Next product. Let's see it.
So we got some zucchini, spinach, and banana blended baby food.
Which one else is chugging? Which one else is hitting it?
Well, look.
Now you don't have to
You don't
drink the
mind if I
entire
hit
thing.
this,
You can
or-
just,
Yeah,
just a
wait,
little bit.
Here, use the funnel.
That's gonna be a mess.
That's gonna be a bit of a
we're not
mess.
gonna
Yeah,
do
no,
that.
don't do that.
Just
It's
take
not
a
worth the
taste.
visual gag.
Let us
We're on a
know.
It's not. Yeah, we're on an audio podcast.
Well,
Pouring
okay,
it
let's
into
get.
your own eyes.
So I'm currently opening this little pouch of baby food.
This is now ASMR.
It's a pleasant color. It's like brown.
Okay.
Just how I like my zucchini.
Oh no.
Oh, that's just.
You could definitely taste the banana blend. Definitely good for babies. I would say 6 months and up, but that's your call, parents.
Is that the rating? 6 months and up?
Yeah, it's gluten free, so I appreciate that. Because if it wasn't, I'd die. It's made with natural ingredients and BPA free packaging. Schnick, why don't you give it a sip?
I'll
Are
give
you
it a-
actually gluten plus?
What?
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Is that what they call it?
I thought they just call it celiac
I thought it was
disease.
Yeah, it's
too.
celiac. It's celiac.
Yeah, so pretty great.
There's like a metallic metallic aftertaste.
It definitely tastes a little bit like it's produced by Mattel, that's for sure. They're on Pinterest. That's good. So, yeah, ShNick, I don't know about you, but I'm going to give it a B-.
Okay.
For baby. For baby.
That's a passing grade.
I'm gonna give it a 5 months.
That's how I passed
5
it.
months. 5 months.
5 months.
5 months.
So for our last product, we have little party favors.
Ooh.
In the form of plastic saxophones.
No way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they function as...
We
That's
don't
for you
know.
to
That's
find
why.
out.
That's for you to find out.
Oh, golly.
Hit me.
So,
Okay.
Oh, hit me with one.
I got to review this
are you
here.
familiar with Kenny G's work?
Of course.
Yes.
Who's not?
Saxophone.
Here's a song by him. Wow. Excellent saxophone quality.
Oh gosh.
It's just like a saxophone.
That didn't peak the mic.
Yes, it did.
This is very good brass. You could tell made in Germany.
Do you know the maker, perhaps?
Yeah. I do. It's
Green Breer.
yeah,
International Inc.
Of course. They're well known for their saxophone work.
You know, my great-great-grand aunt used to be a saxophone player during the war.
Okay.
Yeah, she would do it for the troops.
My great-great-grand niece used to be a saxophone.
Right. That's exact. Is there a correlation?
No, not at all.
All right.
Anyways, these are fantastic saxophones. I think they're really great.
Great sound quality.
They got really good sound. Listen to that. Check that out.
Oh, he found that's the
Found it.
ticket
It's
right there.
authentic. What's the ticket?
You gotta get like a nice angle, right?
Okay, yeah.
You want to go for like a little bit above 90 degrees. No, you're going too hard. You're going a little bit like a.
I don't know why I thought this was a good idea for a podcast.
I don't know why bringing us on was a good idea.
For all the audio listeners,
We got little plastic saxophones, and they're fantastic.
They are very good.
now let's walk everyone through that joke and what happened.
Let's break it down.
Now, personally, I can't wait until you guys come out with new videos, with new
me
reviews.
too.
Oh, me too.
Funny.
Me three,
You guys are an inspiration.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. You guys are a huge inspiration.
We're gonna steal all your ideas.
I remember
Please
when,
do.
when I was about 10, I watched your videos for the first time, and it really changed my life.
Did they?
At the end, would you participate in the bro fists too? Like, would you bro fist
do you
the
bro fist
screen?
us back?
Would you bro fist us back?
When
or
we
no?
go for the bro fist at the end of all of our videos, as we do, do you bro
we
fist
seen?
us back?
No.
Dang.
I have a bit of an idea.
Okay, yeah.
What if, like,
Oh.
does this work?
So you guys have one really dedicated follower, Tyler. Now, is that voluntary or is that against his will?
So he kind of chooses to enjoy our content, but I don't think he does. If you're listening to this, Tyler, and you probably aren't, please stop giving us $4 a month. It makes us feel kind of bad.
a little bit.
I think it's $5.
It's $5 now. He's a $5 donor.
Wow. Okay. We're not going to talk about the platform that's going through, but just know it's something.
Tinder.
Yeah,
yeah.
Tinder. He's paying us on Tinder.
Follow us on Tinder.
Follow us on Tinder, guys.
Review dudes.
sure
You
to
can
follow
date us
us on
both.
Tinder?
You can date us both.
Yeah, you can. You can date the review dude. It's on right here. So YouTube, Twitter, Instagram,
Tinder.
Black people meet Tinder.
Now,
Is that just one new website?
Since in canon you're dead, right?
Right.
How does that affect this conversation taking place right now? Who am I
So-
talking to? Why?
If we were in the review dudes lore as we spoke right now, I would still be here, but I'd actually be ShNick's dog wearing a hat.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can we just switch to that?
We could try, but the thing is,
he-
ShNick's dog is not very friendly.
He is morbidly
He's
obese.
diabetic, so we don't want to let him anywhere near that. I mean, look at this. So how many sugar is this? Oh wow.
That is
7 grams. Keep this away from your children. This is going to make them go nuts. I'm taking my review back. It's bad. Beach nut.
That gets a not good.
Anyways.
not great.
Oh, yeah. Okay. For all you listeners at home, ShNick just put this baby food in my world's greatest dad mug. And it was good.
That's crazy.
It was a good gag.
Great gag.
Wish you could have been there. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Just the live studio audience loved it.
They really did.
it's just that
Shout out to you, Will.
Will, you're great back there.
Good job, Will.
he's giving me some eyes.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to square up.
I will.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was.
I will? Really?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. When are you guys graduating?
Yeah, so that's a question I've been trying to figure out for a while now. Probably 2020.
Okay.
I can see that pretty clearly.
Something like that. Maybe 23. Who knows?
Oh, graduate at 2.
I'm going to graduate at the age of 50. And,
Exactly.
All right. Hey, man.
It's important to
ripe
set
old
goals.
age.
Education, you know what they say.
It's not good.
It's not good.
That's what they say. Kids, drop out of school.
Don't get educated.
Can you say that on a Nail
Is
Tracking
that the
podcast?
official stance
Can
of
we?
the review masters?
Kids, the review fellows are telling you, drop out of school. It's not worth it. Become a YouTube product reviewer.
Hey, you're gonna
Get your Patreon set up.
You get $8 a month.
What have been the overwhelming responses? I'm sure all positive that you've gotten
Right.
as the review men.
Well, we don't like to talk about it in public. Frankly, we're ashamed. But most of the responses have been okay. Like one guy said, "Hey Chris, good video."
Right.
That
now, I
happened
think that
once.
same guy has actually watched our videos.
Has he?
Really?
Did he
said
say that?
Similar things. Are you checking? Okay.
No, but I did see new news story. Kendrick Lamar stops white fan rapping N-word on stage. In case you were wondering, that's news.
Interesting.
Current events.
I think Kendrick Lamar is the best rapper in the game right now, which is why he signed us to Top
You
Dog
know,
Entertainment.
I'd say he's the second best.
Who's the top?
Me. I'm the best
Really?
rapper in the game.
Are you Kanye West?
No, he's easily the third best, though. We're not going to get into that. But I am, and here's why, right? 1997, I dropped my debut single.
Mm-hmm.
This dude reviews, in parentheses, products.
Is that spoken word?
It was spoken word to the tune of Seagulls. And it was...
That's
it
a
was,
tune.
Yeah, well, they had a Seagull melody.
Wait, West or East
Right.
Coast Seagulls?
It was West Coast. It was the Santa Monica Seacoast Choir. Fantastic group of seagulls. And anyways, yeah, it was a spoken word track about my product reviewing, and it went triple platinum. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but you should have.
When you had humble beginnings.
It wasn't very humble.
Manhandle.
We're not going to get into
Wait a
Manhandle.
minute, I think we should.
Do you guys make music?
We tried once.
Good.
We're working on an album about how much disdain we have for the city of Pompeii.
This was years before the review dudes were even
This was.
formulated.
Was this before or after the tragedy
This was pre-tragedy.
Pre-trash.
of Pompeii?
Post-tragedy of Pompeii, but that, if you ask us, it's not much of a tragedy.
Was it Post Malone?
No Post Malone involved.
Okay.
But I will say, I was gonna make some sort of Post Malone reference to Pompeii, and I couldn't really connect the two.
Yeah. That's kind of a harder version of 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It's
To try to relate Post Malone to Pompeii.
to the events of Mount Vesuvius erupting and destroying Pompeii. We're not happy about it. We're not happy that Mount Vesuvius. No, we're not happy that Mount Vesuvius destroyed Pompeii because we wanted to destroy Pompeii.
You know what? This podcast has been sponsored by Mount Vesuvius.
I think somehow we have to wrap this up soon, unfortunately.
Oh man.
As much fun as it has been.
My.
Dr. Vesuvius just texted me and
Yeah.
he said he does not condone the Pompeii tragedy either.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't really pull the trigger on that one.
Right.
It's just kind of a
But
misconception.
he definitely handed out the launch codes,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
to Mount Vesuvius.
So, where can we find you, review dudes?
Thanks for asking.
Where should we find
Thanks
you?
for asking. Here we go.
Well, right now we're here.
Some of these. So yeah, well, you can find us on YouTube, where the review dudes. Don't search the review dudes because you won't find us. You have to drop the. It's crazy.
I'd recommend throwing in a shoehorn review in the search as well
Maybe
to really make sure you
we're
get
on
it.
Twitter at dudes_review, and we're on Instagram as review dudes.
No
No
space.
spaces.
No spaces.
No spaces. Where can we find you guys? Is the question.
We are also right here.
Well, thank you for
nice
asking.
to meet you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I got this card actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So we're actually on YouTube,
Yeah.
Wow.
Twitter,
Yeah. Okay.
Instagram,
Pinterest.
Pinterest,
Okay.
Tinder, and our handle on everything is Lab212.
Oh, they got
We
the same handle on everything.
Yeah.
Maybe we should consider doing that.
Twitch
Maybe we should have had a
streams?
better name.
No, it's fine. We just went through a rebrand.
Oh, did you?
I see.
Because we didn't think that far in advance. So we
Right.
had to suffer with changing everything at the same time and finding something better to call ourselves and all that. Because we've broadened our horizons since.
From just a podcast, now you're a media mogul, if you will.
Media mogul.
Monopolizing the entire industry.
That's how you do it.
Yep. We just
Don't touch reviewing, or
Or else
we got you
we'll
guys
throw it down
plugs.
a little
Well, you
bit.
know what? Actually, we were thinking of having you, if you guys want to review products for us.
Oh yeah,
I think for
really?
Lab 212.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Now, but you have to change your name to Lab 212 Dudes Review. Lab 212 Dudes semicolon
Talk to our
review.
marketing expert on that.
Yeah.
We'll talk that over off air. So
Okay.
so Lab212 on YouTube, Twitch,
We stream
Instagram.
Mondays through Thursdays.
Fridays.
We got, sometimes we
No, every time.
okay. We have new shows coming out, like the pilots that we unsuccessfully created and saw today in our living room earlier this morning. Those are going to be coming out soon in finished forms, or just slightly more watchable. I wouldn't say good, but
Josh's looks great.
passable. Josh's looks great. That's why Josh is fired.
Can't have that
Because we're
kind of
holding
talent
him
on our
back.
team.
Let's be honest, we're holding him back. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Josh. Review dudes, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for
I
having
really
us.
appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We definitely
you enjoyed your
having,
mugs.
having you guys on.
I love the mug.
He's really enjoying it.
It's a bit of a
You can.
Bit of
It's,
an art piece.
bit of a reviewable cocktail.
you don't even need a backpack
You don't
when you have
got
that mug.
It's a good mug.
It fixes your problem of not having anything to carry all your random review knickknacks in.
or all of my mugs in.
Mm-hmm.
Carry all your mugs.
My problem often is I don't have enough mugs.
Right. Well,
There we
world's
go.
greatest dad.
All right.
Thank you guys all for listening and watching and participating and playing the game of charades we had in the second segment. And thank you. Good night. Drive safe. Have fun.